Greetings viewers, I'm back with a new video. This time we'll be following the same principle which we had done earlier in a previous video where we drew a dog. This time we'll see how to draw a bird per se, using basic shapes. So first what I'll do, I'll sketch what maybe a generic bird would look like, and then I'll show how to embed shapes into the body, and then we'll look at different angles from where we can from using what we can maybe get the bird reproduced on the paper. Okay, so I think now we are ready to embed the shapes. Here we'll start. Now since this is a 2D representation, we'll start with something sort of a circle which we can embed on the body. The tail end part could be represented using a triangle, and the head, the head skull around that portion could be another circle, which would be again partly overlapping with the previous circle. So this is kind of the basic thing, and of course the beak would be another small triangle. I would leave the legs aside. For shapes, we can maybe just use sticks to look at the direction, because the legs are pretty straightforward. So let's start with a 3D representation of this. We'll start with a large spear. Just like our previous 2D figure, will embed a smaller spear, this time on top of the larger spear. This would represent the head, and the larger spear would represent the body. Now in 3 dimensions, the beak would be conical instead of 2-dimensional triangle. The tail again would be another cone. Like we've seen, it was a triangle in a 2-dimensional figure, so here it's a really large cone. We'll make a small hollow pipe, a small cylinder rather I would say, for the legs, and the associated triangle would become another cone. Okay, now we'll do one thing. We'll use the right hand side of the page, the larger segment, to draw a really large bird, and we'll turn the head also, so that we can have a different angle to look at it. We'll follow a similar principle what we just now used for the smaller bird. This time around our focus would be to turn this three-dimensional object, the group of objects, into a realistic sketch of a bird. So that would make more sense right now, so I'm starting with that. So I'll take a darker pencil for that, I was using an HB precision pencil to get the basic sketch done for the shapes. Now I'll be overlapping it with a darker pencil. You can use maybe a 2B or a 4B pencil for this. The body won't be generally this much bulged out, so we'll move slightly inwards and leave that bulgy portion out of the sketch. So our basic sketch is almost done. In my next video I'll show how to add more details to this, and we'll shade the whole thing and make it look more realistic. This is just the overall sketch of the figure we're trying to imitate on paper. Once we add more details and once we add the lights, the highlights and the midtones and the shadows on top of this, it will look more realistic. So until next time. Take care.